Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything. Don't interact with anyone. And try not to look at anything.
I
don't think it's this, but I'm going to say this because I saw it recently. Is it one of the... no, it's definitely not. It's not Night of the Museums, right?
No.
Didn't think so.
Huh. Is it a Guardians of the Galaxy?
Nope.
Okay.
This is from the 80s.
From the 80s.
Yeah.
The Three Amigos?
No.
Okay.
You don't like this particular movie in the trilogy.
In the trilogy. Okay, because I was going to be like, Ghostbusters 2? But
Oh, Return of the Jedi.
No.
Oh, okay.
trilogy.
Oh,
Indiana Jones?
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow. What else do I not like in the trilogy? Oh, okay. Back to the Future 2.
That's it.
All right.
Okay. Who says that?
Doc Brown.
He does? Oh, wow. He says it in the... Is this the third one?
He says it in the second one.
Oh, second one.
See,
Okay.
he likes it in the part of the movie that I like. Again, there's three.
There's two different movies there. There's a movie
To me, there's actually three different movies.
Okay.
You have future movie, which is fun. You have past movie where we're trying to do things without other Marty seeing future Marty doing things. That I like. Biff World.
Biff World, yeah.
I do not like.
Yeah?
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, Biff World's not the funnest.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome to the Utterly Useless Podcast, the only podcast where it's always morning in America, even in the afternoon.
Nice.
To my left is a man that will not skateboard in public without over-the-ear headphones, a vest, and it's 1985. The Marty McFly of the pod, Brett.
Hey, that's true. I generally don't go grocery shopping without headphones. So, yeah.
Across from me is a man that will hold his great-great-grandfather and get peed on. The 1885 Marty McFly, Jeremy.
Hello.
I want you to get fired via somewhat faxed.
Yeah. What does this mean? No.
Lastly, I'm the guy that walks down the street and gets eaten by Jaws, screams, and still says the shark looks fake. The 2015 Marty McFly, Timmy.
Still looks fake.
Oh, it does.
I think that was one of my favorite parts about going to Universal Studios a couple of years ago is going down that main street and seeing the classic, still, at least at the time, intact downtown of Hilldale.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that.
I'm still disappointed we don't have flying cars. We don't have real hoverboards.
I know. I mean, doesn't it kind of like make you feel a little bit more easy because, according to Terminator 2, the Outer Limits and a couple other shows, AI is going to take over and murder us all.
They all got it wrong.
So, I mean, if Back to the Future 2 got it wrong, could all of they have gotten it wrong too?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
I mean, we're on their way. We have AI now.
Yeah, and if you ask me, we should never have flying cars unless they self-fly.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will tell you, I think, talking about AI, I have a new friend.
Is he AI?
Chat GPT.
Oh, okay.
Nope, we're not seeing each other anymore. It is Microsoft's Copilot, man. Oh,
yeah?
You can make clip art that is, like, if you put, because I was playing around with it the other day, I put Michael Cage as Superman with a mullet flying over Metropolis. Boom.
Wow.
It did a pretty good job.
That's awesome. And so it makes it into like a cartoon?
You can do like anime style.
Okay.
You can do cinematic style, which would be like real life. You could do cartoon style. It is so fun.
Okay, now I'm going to have to give that a try.
Yeah, now I'm going to have to get that too because, I go to like random like generators all the time and I'm always disappointed.
No, like Microsoft Copilot so far is the best free generator that I've seen to date.
For free?
What does he say in response to that? He goes, for free.
Yeah, and then it's just for free.
No, but like, in the real world where he's like, oh, this is going on. And I forgot what Rob Schneider says to that in response.
Yeah.
Anywho.
All right, well, let's move on to our...
All right, merit badges. What do we got?
This week, I got just a normal merit badge.
Ooh, you're normal now.
Just normal. I wore shoes.
Ooh.
Oh, you didn't wear Crocs.
I did not wear Crocs. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I am typically a Croc-wearing guy. And for some weird reason, I just decided to switch it up on one day and wear shoes.
And it wasn't even like a snowy week this week.
No, it wasn't. No, I mean, I own a pair of boots. Now, granted, they're more like rain boots. But they come up to like my knee almost. And I use those to trek through snow in Idaho when I walk to work. But
Uphill both ways.
Uphill both ways. And I've never worn them here. And but normally I wear Crocs. I wear Crocs to work. I wear Crocs usually around. They're just, for me, they feel really comfortable. But I do own pairs of shoes. And this week I just decided to switch it up one day and I wore shoes.
Wow.
Normal.
What did your feet think? Were they revolting?
Honestly, like if I had to describe it, my feet felt like they were vomiting at first, but then they started to like it.
They're vomiting at first.
I mean, the only reason why I ask is like I wear contacts and my eyes are addicted to my contacts. And if they're not, my contacts aren't in, they get all itchy and red and scratchy. And then it's just like, it's almost like, come on, just put them back in just for a little bit. And so I'll put them back in and it will go away.
Like, you want some more of this, right? Oh, come on. Come on. Just give it a little feel ski.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, well, my merit badge, I had one other that I was about, but I just barely got... This just happened probably about 30 minutes ago.
What'd you do in my bathroom? Just kidding.
It's a surprise for later. That's the surprise merit badge. It's called the Order of the Silent Arrow. I on my way over here, I decided I'd filled up the other day with gas, and on the way over, I was just like, all right, well, I have some time. I'm just going to go over to this Holiday Oil. I'm going to get some ethanol-free gas because I feel happier using that.
Does it seem like it lasts longer?
I'm not sure if it does or not, but I feel as though it does. And so I go over and I just top off my tank with about 3.5, 4 gallons or whatever. And I hop in my car, turn it on, and the gas gauge, the old-fashioned needle gas gauge is all the way to the extreme full part. But the, calculation gauge of how much I could drive on has remained the same. Mm-hmm. So my merit badge is called "What Just Happened." Did I get like gas error? Because at one point in time, it kind of like bubbled up, and just before, the breaker kind of broke and ceased the gas flow, but I could feel gas going in. And I'm like, is my car just too cold to recognize that more gas is in the tank? Because one of my sensors for my tire, it's so cold that it believes that there's a leak in the tire. There's not, but it just believes that there's a leak, and once spring rolls around, it will go away. And so I'm like, I'm curious after this podcast if after I about a half hour or a couple hours here, and I turn on the car, it will be like, oh hey, did you know there's gas in here? Like, I don't know, like the merit badge is like, what just happened? Because I either have paid for gas air or my car is just too cold to recognize that gas is in the gas tank.
I'm sorry, where did you say the needle was?
The needle looks like it's extreme full.
Uh-huh.
But the calculated how many miles I could drive on never changed.
Oh, okay.
Like the range.
Gotcha. That's weird.
Mine never changes until you actually put it in drive and you start going. Then it goes boop.
Yeah. Well, it's about 2 miles from that gas station to Jeremy's house. And so it never changed. I turned it off and sat for 3 minutes waiting for it to change, and it didn't.
That's weird. Yeah, I've never paid attention to that because I've actually had to stop looking at my what my car is capable of because then it like consumes me. Like those calculators or the like the travel logs or whatever it is, like all the trip calculator, that's what it is. That will consume me and I'll try and beat my last numbers every single time. And so it really distracts me.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't do that. I drove with somebody who saw the trip calculator as a challenge.
Yep.
And
that was me.
Yeah. I use the range all the time. I'm like, okay, I have 300 miles till empty. And then I push it. So I'm like, I have 28 miles left till empty, according to this little.
I mean, I guess I do use that one. Yeah, you're right. I do use that one. And it does give me some idea. I only use it in one of my cars, though, because I think there's limited options.
And I still fill up my gas tank to a round number.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I was the first time when I filled up my gas, I was sitting there thinking, like, I know that this is like near empty, and I know around the range in which it was, and so I just kept going and kept going and kept going, and I was sitting there thinking, I think I can squeeze more into it, but I'm in that like halfway part where if I go too much. And so my brain just goes, I wonder if Tim would prefer, if he was in this situation, to prefer to drizzle a couple of, milliliters of gas out of his car just so that he can keep the record intact.
I probably would.
So yeah, I'm a bad boy. I walk away and I sit in my car because I guess you're not supposed to go in your car.
I got yelled at by somebody a couple of years ago. Before I had this iPhone.
Uh-huh.
I'd get in my car. I actually was using these headphones, and so I opened my car and I'm sitting there trying to find these headphones to plug into my phone. And the instant I get out, this lady is just flat out screaming at me. I heard her screaming, but I didn't know who she was. She was just like some sort of crazy lady. And she was screaming at me. And then she was violently with her finger pointing at a sign that basically showed static electricity shock and then explosion. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I've never got yelled at or anything yet, but I don't care what anybody says. I'm sitting in my car. It's cold outside or I don't need to sit outside. So, yeah. My merit badge is called, I guess I'm getting old, right? Well, no, that's a horrible name. I guess I'm getting old. It's just, I don't care anymore. That's what it is. I just don't care anymore. So I was at a conference recently and I had used the facilities and I was walking around for about half an hour. And then somebody turns around and looks at me and goes, and they gives me the little friendly, like, zip up sign, like, you need to zip up. And I'm like, oh, I guess I've been, getting free air conditioning for the last half hour or so. And I'm like, I don't know why. I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't know if it's like, if it's because like that's a juvenile thing to care about or that you should be embarrassed about. But I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like, I forgot. My bad.
Oops. Interesting. So just a side thing, because this was a conversation that just came up yesterday with me and a couple of the teachers.
Uh-huh.
When you were going to middle school and high school, was low riding a thing with your underwear hanging out?
Yep. I never did it, though.
No. Well, even if you did, this is not...
Yeah. I just want the record to state.
I swear that at our school, especially in our middle school, I swear that there was at least one teacher, I think it was the French teacher too, that would warn you once to stop low riding, and then I believe he would pants you if he caught you doing it again.
Whoa.
That's intense.
I never had that. Definitely.
I'm
talking about Mr. Big?
Uh-huh.
He never pants anybody, but
I swear, I swear that's a thing. I can't remember if that's true or not, but I feel as though that there was a teacher. Maybe it was him, maybe it was not him. But I swear there was a teacher that would give you one warning, and then
he'd write it down mentally and said,
Yeah,
"Okay,
just,
Johnny warned once."
warned once, and then he would just pants you. Because we were sitting there talking about certain like fads at school, and they're just like, "Do you think like the low riding fad is ever going to come back?"
Sweep the pants, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I don't know, because aren't we in the 90s right now as far as fads go?
I mean, 90s, 80s. I mean, like half of my students have mullets, so
Yeah. Yeah, that. I don't know. I hopefully not. I have to tell you though, at least I don't know if I said this on the podcast before, but I got detention one time for pulling a kid's pants down by accident.
oh,
I was sitting in roll call in gym class where we sat on the floor, and one of my friends was standing up next to me, and I was tugging on his shorts to get his attention. He was right next to me, obviously, where I can sit and grab his shorts, and he wasn't like paying attention. And I kept on saying his name, like, "Hey, hey, hey," and I just pulled a little bit too hard, and his pants came down, and the vice principal was right there.
oh! I was gonna say our PE teacher wouldn't have done anything.
No, it was just so bad timing, and I was just like, and he knew me very well by then, unfortunately, and I'm like, dude, he doesn't care. You can talk to them. He doesn't care that I did it. There was no
Nefarious.
Yeah, no malintent behind it whatsoever. It was completely accident. He's like, I don't care. I got to set an example. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah.
Boo.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's fine.
Spin the wheel.
All right, where we got spin the wheel. We have 10 categories of questions. We're going to spin the wheel and decide who's going to be asking what. Criddle, you're up first, and looks like you're going to get Kiss, Marry, Kill.
We're doing a Kiss, Marry, Kill like movies
All right.
edition. So basically, you pick one of these actors, and based on who you pick,
You get all their movies?
you get all their movies, or you lose all their movies. You know, that kind of thing.
Okie day.
Okay. It better not be Zac Efron or Leo because that's going to be a hard one.
Really?
No, this
I'd get rid of Leo in a heartbeat. Actually, both of those. I'm not tied to most of their movies.
well, this one this one's going to be a little bit tough. So let's do Samuel L. Jackson,
That's a big.
Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Evans.
So if there's crossover and I kill like one of them,
Movie's gone.
movie's gone.
Movie's
So
gone.
no matter what, the
No matter
Avengers are
what.
gone.
The Avengers are gone. You got to consider
You know
their
what?
other stuff.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. All right.
Okay, so obviously I'm taking myself out of like the Avenger movies. Like I don't have to worry about those because no matter what in this reality, they're gone.
Exactly.
Okay. Samuel Jackson's got quite a lengthy list of movies. I mean, you got Jurassic Park, you got Die Hard 3, you have
You have The Negotiator.
The other guys.
the other guys.
You got The Incredibles.
You got Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a
I
Plane.
was avoiding saying that. There's a lot of movies on there. I was like,
I love Snakes on a
You
Plane.
get Star
It is
Wars
so great.
1. Is he in 2?
He's in
He's
two.
in 2.
He's in 3.
I think he's in 3. I think he
Okay.
dies in 3.
Oh, that's right.
Quote unquote.
And then like Robert Downey Jr. Now, I personally am not the biggest fan of him anything prior to Iron Man. I don't really think.
I enjoyed him in the U.S.
Tropic
Marshals.
Thunder?
Oh, Tropic Thunder was okay. What was that?
U.S. Marshals.
Oh, that's right. He was in U.S.
He's
Marshals.
in U.S. Marshals?
He's in U.S. Marshals.
Who's he in
Yeah.
U.S. Marshals?
He plays the cop that.
Is he like the...
That's after Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
Is he the assistant cop, though? He's not the main cop.
Yeah, because Tommy Lee Jones is the main cop, and then he's the
Yeah.
assistant.
I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
no... I can see that guy now, and I had no idea that was Robert Downey. I still don't like that movie that much.
No, that movie was bad. That movie's bad.
What else is there? Like, I mean, his younger stuff in the 80s, I don't really care for.
I mean, maybe if
No.
you revisit, you'll like it.
Maybe. Chris Evans, he's got a lesser. His list is shorter.
So, not another teen movie. You have
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Fantastic Four.
I am a fan of the Fantastic
Yes,
Four.
I am too.
Let's see. I know that's
You got what is it? Knives Out.
Yeah. There's other stuff, other TV shows.
He's
we're not doing TV shows, right?
No, just
Okay.
movies.
Okay.
Lightyear. I mean,
Oh yeah, I forgot he's in Lightyear. I think I'm gonna have to go Samuel. I'm gonna marry Samuel, just because pure quantity, and there's a lot of good stuff in there. Chris Evans, besides not another teen movie, that's in Scott Pilgrim. I think I'd rather watch Iron Man, and I get to watch it right because Samuel's in the post. And Iron Man's in it, but Robert Downey's in it, but Chris Evans is not in it at all.
I mean, if you give a little to Robert,
Yeah.
that still exists.
Yeah. So I'm gonna choose Robert Downey Jr. to kiss, and then I'm gonna kill Chris Evans, which is
Wow.
sad. Just because his movies aren't that great for the most part.
All right.
Outside of Marvel.
I'm going to have to go with marry Chris Evans because Scott Pilgrim and because of The Losers and because of Not Another Teen Movie. Those are fantastic. I could not live without The Losers. I love that movie so much. It's up there with the A-Team.
Yeah, A-Team's pretty great. I think A-Team's better.
Oh, A-Team's better, but
Yeah, it's definitely in the same realm.
Uh-huh. And then I would have to kiss Samuel Jackson and kill Robert Downey.
Interesting.
I'd probably marry Chris Evans, kiss Robert Downey, kill Samuel.
Ooh.
We all married somebody different. And we're going to kill each other's spouses. Okay.
Just got real.
All right, Brett, you're up next, and you got Lick Off.
Okay, so I want you to be thinking about this while you're on your airplane flight, Jeremy.
Okay.
A random armrest in an airplane flight after let's just say a 9-hour cross-continent flight.
If I'm on the flight.
And it's going to be the long way, not the across. It's going to be, okay.
Okay, if I'm on the flight,
Armrest?
can I scope out and walk the?
No, it's going to be basically you're going to be at the mercy of a bingo
Okay. B5.
M34.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start off with. I'll start off with 25,000.
We know Tim's going to do it.
Yeah, Tim.
We need to get his wife's number and be like, hey, what really grosses out?
Yeah.
Let's go 20,000.
15,000.
10,000.
5,000. See, the thing I'm grossed out more about how long it's been since they cleaned it than I am about whoever's arm was on it during that flight.
I don't know. I feel like they clean them regularly.
Yeah, post-COVID, they say they do.
And if you just go into it with that mentality, you're all right.
You're all right. Believing is half the battle.
Yes. Let's go 5,000.
I'll go down to 1,000.
700.
We'll go down to 650.
Gee. Let's go down to 500.
Wow. Kermit.
I'm gonna do let's see here, for 400.
And this is just a random flight.
A long flight, like a 9-hour flight.
9-hour flight. So it's international.
Yeah. Or just going in circles.
I mean, that does make a difference.
It does. Was it a particularly bumpy one where they sweated a lot?
Was the air conditioning broken? Let's see. Let's go 200.
And we'll go down to 100.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have it.
Ah, darn it. I was going to give it next. The next number was yours.
Wow.
The next number was yours. And I was like, he's going to take it. And then
I don't want to be selfish. You can go for it.
How dare you? Okay, fine. I'm looking. I have to go do the whole length, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right.
I want that to be in your thoughts while you're on your airplane flight today. Just kind of like, oh. And then just like watch some like kid like just like drool all over it.
Pick his nose and wipe it on there.
You're like that could be mine.
Like, did that guy wash his hands? Out of the
I'll turn
bathroom?
on a little random generator as a pick a number between this and that and a letter between this and that, and then I'll walk past him like. All right, I'm up next, and I got what if. All right, what if you were approached by someone with the resources and ability to train you to become a Batman-like vigilante? Would you do it?
Yes, that'd be so cool. Oh my word.
Let's go.
I for some reason thought you guys would be like, I don't know about being a vigilante and like,
Hey, you know what?
what?
If it was, I wasn't underneath a mask or whatever and people would know my identity, it would be an absolute no. But if I have, the Batman cowl and I have all the know-how and yeah,
Okay,
that'd be fun.
that's fair. Jumping from small building to small building in Salt Lake City.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Criddle, you're up next. You got, could you fight it?
Could you fight Jackie Chan in a room full of furniture with a non-lethal weapon of your choice?
No, because he's going to use the furniture to destroy.
Yeah, and somehow he's going to fit between the slats in the bottom. I don't know how. He's just like, if he's ever going to try to run from me, he'll go whoosh and disappear and then jump up somewhere else.
I mean, if we're talking about 60-year-old Jackie Chan, I might have a chance.
We'll talk about
How old is he now?
55-year-old Jackie Chan.
55.
And you get a weapon of your choice, non-lethal, but he
How
has
old
no
is
weapons.
Jackie Chan.
Let's
He
see.
is 69.
Oh, wow.
So let's say he's 55.
So he's
Now he's more
55.
spry than he is now.
Let's see. If I had a weapon, my non-lethal weapon of my choice.
And he doesn't have one.
So
all
could
he
get-
has is the furniture around him.
So yeah, like, can I get like a?
Could I have a Green Lantern ring?
Not non-lethal.
It's non-lethal.
Too bad those like little Billy Club things from Demolition Man don't work.
Yeah. Let's see. Because I'm sitting there thinking, even if I like had pepper spray or like something
Yeah.
like that, he'd probably still be able to.
And I was thinking like a taser gun. Like I have one shot and that's it. And if I don't get him, and then once I do get him and he recovers, then that's it too. So that's, I mean, like I'm thinking like a bat.
Okay. The only thing I would do would be, because they have this on the southern border, is they have not mace. It's basically pepper spray in not bullets.
Like a grenade.
No,
Paintballs.
paintballs. Yeah, they have basically
Oh my
paintball
gosh.
pepper spray. So if I think I might have a chance if I can just barrage him with like, a whole bunch of pepper spray.
I think he'll use his Jackie Chan like hand wiping motion because I swear he always wipes his face numerous times, like really fast, and he's fine. Just kidding. I don't know.
He'd probably get you in the reloading process.
Is Lucille a deadly weapon?
I would say so. I mean,
Okay.
it's barbed wire on a baseball bat.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking Lucille Bluth for some
I think 55. If I had a baseball bat, I'm gonna give it the old college try.
Yeah. I'd probably have a shield.
A shield.
Captain
Yeah.
America's shield.
I couldn't fight with a shield. I'd be just defending the whole time.
I don't know if I could ever get on the offense with a Jackie Chan in a room full of furniture.
So am I just waiting to like?
You're just waiting for him to tire out.
Okay, well that'll be a while.
It's like a jungle gym for him.
Yeah.
He's like, ooh, a room for chairs, and I can do what? I can break any of them.
Jack it on, jack it off, hang it up.
All right, Brett, you're up next, and you have Desert Island.
Okay, what would you rather be stuck on a desert island with? One of those doomsayers, the world is going to end type of a person, or a climate activist that will nonstop talk about this is the reason why like you're stuck in this predicament.
These are both poison pills.
Yep. Dude, can I just like walk out into the water and just die? I think
I gotta go with the doomsday.
yeah, I think I'm going Doomsday. Doomsday guy is probably prepped in some way, either mentally, like he has the knowledge to survive, and then I get to listen to his random conspiracies and be like, oh, that's, and then I'd throw some random conspiracies at him that aren't even real, and he goes, oh wow, I never thought of it that way.
The
Like,
activist would drive me so
yes,
crazy.
it's activists. Like, oh, like dude, we're on a desert island. You can't do anything about it. Just shut up.
This is all your fault.
Oh yeah, because I drank from a plastic bottle one time. It's all my fault.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and it's up to me now. Last one. I got. What would you have done? Okay, this is my Disney edition question. What would you have done if you found a mischief? Which I found out. This was something I learned from this question. A group of rats is called a mischief.
Okay.
Interesting, huh? Okay, what would you have done if you found out a mischief of rats made the best meal you have ever eaten?
So we're talking Ratatouille here.
Yeah, Ratatouille.
Arguably one of the best Pixar films.
I don't know. I mean,
Yep, it's up there. That's for sure.
maybe if it was a rat king, maybe.
If it was the king, just the king.
Well, I mean, a king of, you know what a king of rats is, right? It's where a group of them get their tails stuck together and they kind of form some sort of like hive mind type of a situation.
I've never heard of that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But let's say you just went to a restaurant, best food you've ever eaten, and then you find out it was a bunch of rats that made it. No human helped except for the delivery process.
I mean, I would. Is my plate completely clean? Is it like some soup? Is there any like residue left? Here's just,
I mean, you loved it so much you ate everything.
I would probably pause and think long and hard about every single thing and wonder if there was like some sort of like circular oval pellet.
I'd probably gag a little bit. Just knowing, like, I mean, you could have something really great, and then all of a sudden, like, if you find out, like if you found out, let's say rats were out of the picture. Let's say you found out that your hamburger or something was, made in the bathroom or something. You'd still, there'd be just some kind of like psychological thing going on in your head, like, oh, this was by a toilet.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think honestly, I mean, if you even wiped my mind, my mind of the movie Ratatouille and walked over to like, I would be interested. I would be curious to be like, rats made this? I don't care what the dish was. Like if it was a salad, if it was a like how did they make this? I'd probably be more focused on that. Like, can I see their process? And like, it looks like they're communicating one with another. They're grabbing stuff.
So you're not even mad. You're impressed.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Exactly. So that's my thoughts.
Okay.
All right. Very cool.
All right, we're going to do our channel surfing. Remember back in the 90s, if you were so lucky enough to live in the 90s, where you had to change the channel to figure out what was on the next channel. You couldn't just know. And nothing was on demand. So, and sometimes you had limited channels depending on where you were, at a hotel, friend's house. So you were going to have an unknown amount of channels, at least 3, or I forget what my minimum was. It was 3, right?
Yeah, I believe
it's been a
3.
while. So at least 3, and max 12. And whatever the last channel is, it's the weather channel, the most boring channel in the 90s, because it wasn't as fun as it is today. They make way more animations and fun, crazy stuff.
Yeah, and then you have like people that will go to dangerous places and then like belt themselves to a light pole.
Exactly. All right, so I am getting my number of movies, and here we go. All right, so first movie on, you turn on the TV, Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms 2021.
Oh, that's one of those animated ones with Joel McHale.
Yep. That is correct.
The Scorpion one was good. I don't think I've seen this one. But if there's 3 channels,
3 minimum, yeah.
3 minimum. You know what? I'm going to be satisfied with this. I'm going to watch.
All right.
I'm gonna change the channel.
All right. Next channel, The Great Wall 2016.
I never saw this.
I never did either.
I never saw it either, and I don't want to start now. So change the channel.
Next channel, Step Up Revolution 2012.
I didn't mind the first Step Up, but I've never seen the other ones.
I've never even seen the first one.
Is the first one with Channing Tatum?
Yeah.
Okay.
And is it Jessica Alba?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, is it Jessica? No, it's not Jessica Alba. It's somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But it's one of those movies you could watch on a late Sunday afternoon and be fine. And if you fall asleep, it's okay. This one,
I think we have 2 different visions of what that
skip next.
Okay. Next channel is called The Roundup 2010.
The Roundup.
Mm-hmm.
Round up to my next channel.
All right. Next channel, it's The New World 2005.
What? No. Next.
The next channel, Days of Thunder 1990.
Tom
Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
All right. So for funsies, Curly got a 6.3. Brett got a 7.8.
All right.
You win.
Days of Thunder. Is that the race car one with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Randy Quaid's in that. And Carrie Eula's, isn't it?
And it's only a 6.3.
3.
It should be at least a 7.3.
I've never seen it before. Might have to.
I haven't seen that one, and I've not seen Born on the 4th of July.
Neither have I.
But if you ask me, unless you guys really wanted to watch Resident Evil Death Island, the rest of the movies were garbage on that list. It went up to 10. And then good thing you skipped a Roundup, because that was actually a French movie. It was called La Rafale or something like that. I don't know.
Well, I hope if Tim would have chosen that he would have at least asked the question, give me a summary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
All
just
right.
diving in.
Round 2.
Fight.
You turn on the TV. Yeah, this is kids. I don't like this being the first one. The Prestige.
Yes,
Ooh.
watching. I'm watching. That's like one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films.
Random thing.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an interview with Christopher Nolan. I'm trying to remember who's interviewing him. And he was talking about how great. Oh, it was Stephen Colbert. How great the Fast and the Furious series were. And they're some of his favorite movies of all time.
Oh, really?
And Stephen Colbert's like, I've never seen them actually. He's like, you really should. He's like, they're just fantastic. I'm just like, here's Christopher Nolan, known for his like in-depth movies, talking about these movies that are very surface level.
Hey, now we all have our guilty pleasures.
It's true.
I love the Fast and the Furious
It's
movies.
true. It's true. Everybody does. It's just funny coming from him, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Segue or just kind of. What is your favorite ones?
Favorite Fast and the Furious?
Uh-huh.
5's very fun and entertaining.
Okay.
5's fun. When it gets 5, 6, 7 are very fun.
Uh-huh.
And it even the last one, 10 was not too bad. I mean, it's a dumb movie, but it's still just a fun movie to watch. These are movies that I'd rather watch over like Transformers or other things like that. Like,
which Transformers, out of curiosity?
all of them.
All.
Oh, wow.
Even Bumblebee?
I've never seen Bumblebee.
Is Bumblebee good? I've never seen it.
Bumblebee is fantastic.
I saw recently Rise of the Beasts, and that was pretty good.
I don't think I realized that Scarlett Johansson's in The Prestige.
She is.
I need to see Rise of the Beast. It's on Paramount Plus right now.
All right, so you guys both sticking with The Prestige?
I'm gonna skip just because I now question everything.
Because of the Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
All right, and Curly, you're staying, right?
I'm staying.
Okay, next channel, Storks, 2016.
Go with it.
Skip.
Okay. Next channel, Cena, 2010.
Is this like a John Cena documentary?
No.
Synopsis, please.
Yeah.
The remarkable story of Brazilian racing driver Ayrton Senna charting his physical and spiritual achievements on the track and off his quest for perfection.
Oh, there's not even John Cena in it?
No, you know what?
It stars Ayrton Senna. He plays himself.
If Jeremy Clarkson was in that, I would totally watch it. But no, next.
All right, Marriage Story, 2019.
Oh crap! Next.
Safe Haven, 2013.
This is not looking good.
Why did I question the master? What's Safe Haven about? Oh,
Safe Haven is about. Hold on, just the ad's in the way.
That cursed back button's not working.
Why can't
undo.
this stupid ad won't get out of the way to read the synopsis? That's annoying.
That's an even worse sign.
I'll read what I can read.
Okay.
It says something. Mysterious past lands in Southport, North Carolina, where her bond with a widower forces her to confront the dark.
Okay.
That sounds way better than it looks.
Next.
Okay. Ambulance 2022.
Next.
You get the Weather Channel. You might have liked the Ambulance. It has Jake Gyllenhaal in it.
I've seen Ambulance.
Oh, you have?
I believe. Yeah, I didn't really like it.
Yeah, Prestige was clearly the winner on that one.
Okay, I'm never gonna question the master again.
Yeah, all because of Criddle's comments about Fast and Furious.
It wasn't even my comments. They were Nolan's comments.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Next, the last round.
Okay.
First, you turn on the TV, and it is Inferno.
What year?
2016.
2016.
Oh, 2016. I was gonna say, there's one movie that I actually bought a little while ago on iTunes called The Towering Inferno. It's about like a futuristic apartment building that catches fire and nobody can get out because it's too technology heavy. I'm like, if that was that movie, I think I'd go for that. But
Sounds like a made for
this
TV.
is the Dwayne Johnson one, right?
No,
Oh.
this is the Tom Hanks, the book. By,
That was on the TV the other day. I think that's my favorite Dan Brown book that I've read.
Is this in Da Vinci Code?
Yeah. This is
like
this is the third book.
Third or fourth.
No, because the fourth is Origin, where it was, which is a bad book. I got 100 pages into Origin, and I stopped reading it. And when my coworker saw that I had it, and she just goes, She's like, oh, what do you think about it? I just barely finished it in 2 days. I go, oh yeah, this was really good. I stopped on page 100. And she's like, why did you stop on page 100? I'm like, I think I know how it's going to end. And they're like, no, you don't. I go, yeah, I think I do. No, you don't. Yes, I do. And they're like, and it's an AI story also.
Okay.
And so I give her my summation of how I think it's going to end. And she looked at me and she goes, you nailed it.
That's funny.
I'm going to skip, even though I do think it's the best Dan Brown book / movie.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen the movie, because when I read stuff, I visualize it pretty heavily.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then because I already casted the people like Tom Hanks, I'm like, okay. So I'm pretty sure I've seen it though.
I mean, the book is great because, the villain gives spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations within the book to kind of persuade you to why he's doing what he's doing. And she's like, you know what? Some of those James Bond villains kind of weird, psychotic or whatever, and they probably should be stopped. But this guy, he's got numbers to back it up.
Death by PowerPoint. All right, Criddle, what are you doing?
Well, I asked my D12 if I should skip, and it gave me a 19. So we're skipping.
All right.
Okay. All right, next.
You could have used that for either way. You could have been
Yeah, you
it's a 1, I'm going to skip. It's a 19, it's going to skip. It's a 10. It's
All right, the next channel, Once Upon a Deadpool.
I'm going to watch it. I thoroughly... The first Deadpool movie is fun. This is the second Deadpool movie, less fun. The PG-13 version of the second movie is so fun because of the Fred Savage setup that they do with, spoofing
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride. Yeah, I'm watching.
I haven't seen it, so I will watch it.
Okay. So you guys got out in good time because the next movie was Dolomite Is My Name.
Okay.
Eddie Murphy in 2019. I didn't know he was making movies still at that time.
Yeah.
Tunnel 2016. And the last one was Adore.
Adore.
Like, I Adore You.
Oh, I know. Oh,
2013, Naomi Watts.
yeah, it's a weird one.
You've seen it?
I watched 40 minutes into it and I couldn't watch it anymore.
It's a drama. I'm surprised you subjected yourself to that.
It was one of those things. I was bored. It was on Tubi.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, Naomi Watts, this is fine. It's a drama.
It was a Thursday night. It was nothing on.
Here's this. Here's a summary. I didn't even know what it was about. I just was like, okay, I'll just watch this. This can't be that bad. And Naomi Watts has a son, and this other chick who's in the movie also has a son. And the other chick's son falls in love with Naomi Watts, and Naomi Watts' son falls in love with the other chick. And I had to stop watching.
That sounds like too much.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. If that movie was called just A Door, like Adore, and it being Naomi Watts, I feel like it's a horror movie right there.
Yeah.
Because isn't she typically also in horror movies?
Well, and I thought
she's in The Ring, right?
Yeah. I thought I was waiting for some sort of because Adore, because it is what kind of drama is going to happen from this, and the drama is that both teenage or late teen, early 20-year-old sons falls in love with each other's mom. I'm like, I don't know where this is going to go, but end.
All right. Well, you guys have done good. All right. We're going to do draft, boom, where we're going to draft 3 rounds for ourselves, and then we're going to boom the next person. And we're going to be drafting the $4.99 movies, great deals from iTunes. And I had this idea for a while to do this, and then I was a little disappointed how many good movies were in this today. I was like, usually there's a couple, or there's usually a handful, but this I felt like there's a decent amount. I was like, oh, that kind of ruins the fun.
Well, the funny thing about this is I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time because I love these iTunes lists. Ooh. I love when, there's certain months that roll around. They will do specials. They will do summer blockbuster specials. They will do, a movie will come out and there'll be like all of the underwater best of or whatever, all of the ones where people are being catapulted into the sun, deals or something like that. And I get lost in this list, and I too have wanted to do something with this for a while, but never figured out how to do it. So I appreciate that you figured out how to do it.
Well, yeah, and recently, I've been holding on to an iTunes gift card for about a year and a half or so. Mm-hmm. And the other day, I was like, I need to get rid of this from my wallet. I'm going to just use it. And so I go into here, and I bought, obviously, for $5, and it was 25. I bought, what is that, 5 movies? I can't do math right now. Mm-hmm. But yeah. And they've already changed a lot of the movies that I bought that are not on here, which is fine. But I'm glad to be the wheel here because Criddle is first, then Brett, then me. So I'll turn it over to you, Criddle.
All right.
I have an idea of what you're going to pick first.
Well, so I didn't really look at this super closely before I got here.
Okay.
And so I've been looking at it while you've been talking, and I might surprise you. My first pick is going to be Shaun of the Dead.
Ooh.
Wow.
I didn't think that would be picked first. I know what I assume I know what Brett's going to pick first.
Yes, my first pick is the 2022 Normie Best winner, Bullet Train.
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that and I started laughing. I was like,
that's worth it. That makes me want to buy it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let's see. I'm trying to think here. What is my first pick in strategy? Because I do have to strategize this of which ones.
Oh, I didn't see that one. No remorse though. But I did not see that one.
Okay, I'm so grateful I got the wheel because I think these two would be lost to me this next round. I'm gonna pick Office Space first.
Oh,
okay.
And I'm gonna pick Galaxy Quest next.
Oh, interesting.
It's a good pick, solid pick.
Oh, nobody seems really let down. I'm kind of surprised.
I'm a little bit more let down on Galaxy Quest. I was actually wondering if you're going to pick Happy Gilmore.
It was on my list.
Happy Gilmore's on there?
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore's on here.
I did not see it.
It's right.
It's right there.
It's right
wow.
there.
How did I miss that?
Underneath E.T. and above the other women.
I hate E.T.
Yeah, I do too. You could make this $1 of a movie and I wouldn't buy it.
I know what booms to give you guys.
Well, I mean,
Oh, that's true.
A long time ago when Jeremy was my roommate, he had me, I can't remember, sign me up for something. And, iTunes was doing like a 12 days of something.
Oh, Christmas, yes.
And one of the free things was Hugo.
Yeah.
And and so I've owned Hugo forever. And I've never cared to once watch it. Like free was almost too much.
Yes,
free was.
I've
too
never.
much.
I've never watched Hugo either. I watched it in theater with Brett prior to this little free thing. But yeah, it's been in my account. And I have never watched it once.
All right,
Brett.
See. What do I want? It'd be so much easier if I had the wheel, but I don't. Let's see. There's a couple of them that I really want. There's one that I'm going to go for that nobody in here would like, so I can save that for later. I am going to go with, I think it's the better one out of the two. I'm going to go with Grumpier Old Men.
Grumpier?
Uh-huh.
Really? I thought you would think number one's funnier.
I think the second one's funnier because of their friends and their rotten, like how they behave towards each other as friends is even more funny than when they're enemies.
That's true. And I actually do enjoy the I like the great grandpa to this.
Uh-huh. Oh, it looks like he's taking his man-sized manicotti.
Or he's like, I don't remember how it starts out, the quote, but he's like, he ate a quarter. He's like, I wouldn't be too worried about it. But if it comes out 2 dimes and a nickel, that's something to worry about.
Uh-huh.
All right, Criddle.
My turn. Let's see. As I roam the list, I'm gonna go with Happy Gilmore
Okie dokie.
because I like that movie. It's it's a go-to just for fun, kind of like Dodgeball. You can watch it anytime.
Yep.
And just get a good laugh.
It's true. I'm kind of sad I didn't see that. I goes blind to that for some reason.
All right. And then I get one more, and then someone's giving me a boom.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to pick. I like this movie, Spider-Man,
Yeah, I was wondering why you didn't pick that first.
because I knew nobody was going to pick it. It's Across the Spider-Verse. Let's go.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the second or the third one to come out, but it'll be like 4 years. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be giving you your boom, Criddle. All right. Brett, you're up next.
Okay. This next one is hard, which is why I like this game so much, because there's one that I want, but I don't want it that much.
I'm curious what you're going to pick next.
Well,
Is this your
let's
last
see.
movie?
Yep, this is my last one. And I mean, the funny thing is so far I've picked, I think I own both of the Grumpy Old Men, and I've constantly eyed owning Bullet Train.
You don't own Bullet Train?
No, I don't.
For some reason, I thought you would have by now.
I know.
$4.99.
$4.99 is.
that's
Are you out of your mind?
I know,
It's a
right?
killer deal.
Let's see. All right. I'm going to go with one that I also own, but I like. And that is Mike and Dave need a
Oh.
wedding date.
Yep, that was the one that nobody was going to pick.
I love that movie. It's so fun.
I watched it. It was all right.
Uh,
You just got a thing for what's his bucket.
Zac Efron,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
All right, my last one before the booms.
A boom boom.
Yeah. See, and I can safely say this. I mean, nobody's going to give them to me as a boom. I love the movie About Time. I love A League of Their Own. 10 Things I Hate About You, Just Friends, and Wedding Crashers. Wedding Crashers is very similar to Happy Gilmore that I can watch it almost any time. But which one would I want to buy? Like, I'm going to say no to 10 Things I Hate About You. A League of Their Own. I watched that so much as a youth that I think I'm a little burnt out, but I still think it's a great movie. I'm going to go with I'm going between Just Friends and Wedding Crashers. And I'm going to go with Wedding Crashers. I kind of knew it in the end, but I love that movie.
Okay. I just bought Bullet Train.
Now I own Bullet Train. Okay.
This is the first on the podcast. Shopping
Let's see.
during a podcast.
Just out of curiosity, do I own Grumpier Old Men?
If I don't, I do now.
I thought I did. Okay. Maybe I have it on DVD.
Did
I think owning it on DVD is good enough.
I'm just curious. Did anybody toy with doing Superbad?
No.
No, I remember the hype, and I wanted to like it because the hype was like, this is the best movie ever. And I remember taking Nikki and her first husband there, and they both like walked out and looked at me. They're like, what was that? And I'm like, I thought it was funny. And I was like totally trying to like play it off that I enjoyed the entire thing. I don't know. Because as I'm looking at this, I wish, you have Fool's Gold with Matthew McConaughey. I wish they would have like, Sahara. Sahara would be a better one.
Yep.
You have My Girl. That is just the most depressing movie
It really is.
that our sister liked. As good as it gets. I would rather have had Anger Management.
Didn't you like As Good as It Gets?
It was fun, and I like Jack Nicholson's sense of humor. But if I'm going to get a Jack Nicholson comedy movie, it is going to be, Anger Management. Trading Places was the only one that I came close to wanting to get. You have Casino. It's okay. I would rather have the other Martin Scorsese movie, the
Departed?
Departed, or the other one with what's his face?
Oh, Wolf of Wall Street.
No, not that one. It's a De Niro one. It's
Taxi Driver.
No, it's a De Niro one with where he's in the mafia. I can't think of what it's called.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot.
It has the guy that just
Goodfellas.
Yes, Goodfellas.
Yeah, that's my opinion. That's his best movie. That's
So I mean,
Scorsese's best movie.
I would do that one. I mean, Devil Wears Prada is probably like the best chick flick on here. I actually toyed with.
No, About Time is.
Okay, yeah, you got that right. Just Friends is okay. And then, like, I don't know. I've never been into Cinderella Man.
Oh, Cinderella.
I like the movie Yesterday. Yesterday's good.
Yesterday was good, yeah.
So I Married an Axe Murderer.
That had a time and a place in my life.
I cannot hear There She Goes Again. I hate that song.
I don't even remember that.
That song comes up
if you
every...
really want me and you think I'm sexy, come on.
There She Goes Again comes up every like 5 seconds, I swear, in that movie as they're transitioning to the other thing. Let's see. You have, what is it? This.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Titanic.
I was thinking about it, but you know what? I sucked into Titanic so much that I couldn't. The Strange Way of Life, I have never heard of it. I wish it was that Nick Cage movie. Also,
You haven't even seen that movie yet.
I haven't, but I would blindly buy it, especially for $4.99. And also Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic. They just barely announced. I'm not impressed.
I'm not either.
He's going to be Mr. Fantastic?
He's going to be
Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic.
They cast the whole Fantastic Four.
What is the... Hold on. Stop the presses.
Vanessa Kirby is Sue Storm.
Who's that? Why can't I remember
She's
her?
in the new Mission Impossible.
I didn't see it yet.
I don't know.
I'm
what
pulling
else
it
she's
up now.
in. The Quinn or the guy from Stranger Things with the guitar. He's going to be Johnny Storm.
Wow, he looks so different in the picture that I'm looking at.
Stop the presses.
Stop the presses.
I've always wanted to say that.
Pedro Pascal, I don't know. I really like the guy that they picked last time for the first one.
Yeah.
I think Pedro Pascal is just a...
He's the new Colin Farrell / Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, he's Disney's boy now.
I call it lazy casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Anyways, back to it. I am going to pick for Griddle.
My boom?
Yep, your boom.
My boom.
I'm going to pick 50 Shades of Grey.
Nice.
Yay. I've never seen it.
Yeah, now you get to.
Yay.
All right, Brett, you get to pick.
Little romance.
You get to pick mine.
All right. Let's
And
see.
I pick Brett's.
Yep. We kind of switched the direction we're going
Okay.
here.
What do I want?
I know which one to give Jeremy.
It's only fair that you get the first boom since you picked first.
I mean,
Can I say which boom I would have given you when he after
yeah,
he gives you?
Yeah.
when I'm done, because I have an idea of what I want to give. Actually, there's two that I want.
This is all about giving.
I know.
I think I know the one I would have given.
Okay.
I'll say it after he says his.
All right. Just because I think it's funny, I want you to have her.
Because I haven't seen it, and yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix is in it, and he falls in love with his iPhone.
Now, is his iPhone... Am I mixing up two movies, or is that Scarlett Johansson?
It's
It is.
Scarlett Johansson. Yeah,
That's a plus.
Well, it makes it
Is she
tolerable.
just a voice, though?
she's a voice that he falls in love with.
Okay.
And then she falls in love with him.
Okay. Just to spite you, I'm going to watch it this week, and I'm going to like it. Just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm going to watch...
Spite watching?
All right,
Spite
let's
watch.
see.
Only on the Utterly Useless podcast.
Sometimes I spite watch. I think it's kind of fun at times. Let's see. It currently is available to download on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
I would have given Jeremy This Means War.
Eh,
That's not that bad.
it's not great. I don't
It's
like
not-
it.
That's why.
I mean, I was going between her, E.T., and probably one of the worst Martin Scorsese movies,
I know how much Chris Pine's lips bother you, so I'm like,
Gangs of New York.
I think out of all these, you did the worst. Her was the worst. Because E.T. is bad, yes, but not as bad as I assume her is. I think, I would have been fine to get E.T. and the other one. This means war, but her just seems so dumb. And I'm kind of done with Joaquin Phoenix. Like,
I'm over it.
I don't think I've really enjoyed a movie of Joaquin Phoenix's. Now I'm kind of saying this as a blanket statement without really looking at everything. Since like Ladder 49.
Or Gladiator.
Oh, wow. That's been a while.
Yeah, and Gladiator. But yeah. But even Gladiator, if you take him alone as part of the movie, like he's creepy. He's like, oh, I don't really enjoy you. I enjoyed Russell Crowe quite a bit. All right. What are you going to give Brett now?
Well, I mean, easy one is E.T.
Yep.
The question is, do I want to go with that? I mean, there's Moulin Rouge, which is a musical. Man, My Bloody Valentine. I think you might like that though. That's Vince Vaughn, isn't it?
No.
No.
It's Jeremy's Man Crush.
Oh,
Jeremy's Man Crush is in My Bloody Valentine?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
Jensen?
Well, if I'm not sure if Dean.
Dean is in it? I will have to give it a watch.
Oh gosh, let's see. Let me just scroll through this list. Let's see. No. One Day No.
I know.
Casablanca.
Give him Nacho Libre.
Fools Rush In.
Lake House.
The Lake House.
I saw that with Sandra Bullock.
Still is Keanu Reeves. Man, her was a definite boom.
Kingdom of Heaven was really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'm going to give you 50 Shades Darker.
All right, so we're gonna go over to your house to watch the first one.
No, you have to watch yours first.
No, we're gonna go to Tim's house. We're gonna watch 50 Shades of Grey, and then we're gonna come over so that we can both be like know what's going on,
And we'll share popcorn, and it won't be awkward at all.
exactly. And then we'll be
That's what
like,
I was going to say. It's not going to be awkward at all.
we'll be like, you know what could be worse? We could be watching a show where a guy falls in love with a cell phone.
And by the time I'm done watching my one movie, you guys are still on your watching.
And then
the
we'll
two.
be like, do you want to watch the third one?
Like, do you think the books are any better?
Book club.
Wow, this really just snowballed. Now, I'm trying to remember, and I should have done some research prior to like picking and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I know which movie this is. 1917. I think I really liked it, but I'm trying to remember which.
That is the one that just basically is one continuous shot.
Didn't you watch it on a plane?
No, I don't think I watched this one on a plane. I think this is the one where they're like two guys were sent on a mission.
It's
or
like
something.
Saving Private Ryan, except during World War I, and it is all one continuous shot where the only cut scene really is when he gets knocked out.
Okay. Yeah, I remember this. I do like it, but I don't regret not picking it.
No, it's a good movie, but it's one of those like you can watch every 3-4 years. I do own it, but
All right, Criddle, you have Shaun of the Dead, Happy Gilmore, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and finish off with 50 Shades of Grey. Brett has Bullet Train, Grumpy Old Men, Mike and Dave, and 50 Shades of Grey. What is it? 50 Shades Darker?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I have Office Space, Galaxy Quest, Wedding Crashers, and Her.
Who won?
I don't know, because now I think about it, I'm like, I'm not satisfied. Like, mine starts off so well, and then when it gets to Mike and Dave, I'm like, I chose poorly right there.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's funny though that we all picked comedies, like flat out comedies, except for the Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe somebody will pick something
50
serious.
Shades of Grey might be a comedy. Who knows?
If you watch it with the right mindset, it's a comedy.
Maybe me and Tim can watch it like you and me watched. What was that one horror movie? Like, what is it? How many days later?
Oh, 28 days later?
28 days later. Me and Jeremy were the only ones in the movie theater, and we basically Mystery Science Theater 3. Like it was one of those things where we started watching it, and my brain's just like, I hate this movie so much. And then and generally me and Jeremy don't talk during movies, and he just turns, he's like, what, like in the middle of the movie, he's like, what do you think? And I go, I hate this movie. He goes, oh, good. So do I. And so because we were the only ones in the theater, we just Mystery Science Theater the whole thing in the movie theater. And I'm like, I think that's what could really make 50 Shades of Grey more enjoyable.
It sounds
absolutely good.
It sounds legit.
All right. Well, now it's time to move on to our recommendations. All right. My recommendations, I unfortunately did not get any new ones. So I'm going to have to pull from my less recommended, that's the word, list. Because they've been out longer. They're maybe not as good as the other ones, but I watched recently on a plane, 13 hours, and I loved it.
Oh,
It
really?
was fantastic. First of all, Brett, as somebody who likes the show Suits,
Uh-huh.
to see, is it Hartman?
Uh-huh.
He's the bad guy, right?
Uh-huh.
He's not a good guy. He's a guy you're supposed to hate, though. And it's just like, yes. And I just really like the action in it, like in the suspense. And obviously, this is a true story, and that is very unfortunate. But like, if you do what I did when I watched it, I just watched it for entertainment purposes, and I was like, this is a great action movie. So highly recommend.
Is that the one that has the guy from The Office as the main star?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Man, that guy can do anything now. Like, you have him coming from The Office, and then you have Chris Pratt coming from Parks and Rec, and both those guys have just really torn it up, I feel like, in Hollywood. So yep, highly recommend.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have a recommendation this week. I have an unrecommendation, and I don't know about you guys, but I was really disappointed with the Super Bowl ads and trailers last week.
Oh man.
Oh,
I had a list going. I was gonna bring it because we needed to go over our our thing or whatever. I had a running tally of Super Bowl ads that I was like, I started with the Arnold Schwarzenegger State Farm because I'm like, yes, this is great.
That one was probably the best one.
Yep.
And then it just went south. Like, I think I had a total of 4. I don't have my list with me because I wrote it on an old-fashioned piece of paper and not on my iPhone. But I only had 4 that I really enjoyed.
They were so bad this year, and there was only like 4 movie trailers. I'm like, did they just like say, screw it this year? We're not doing anything. Nobody was interested. It was too expensive. I don't know.
Did any of you guys experience this where the volume on the apps, on the commercials kept going up and down?
Yes.
We couldn't understand some of the commercials. There was just some commercials that the conversation was just so quiet. And yeah, we had people over and so we couldn't hear it. And it was just awful. So yeah, we did not enjoy most of the commercials because most of them we couldn't even hear.
Neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That was
But
pretty good.
aside from that, total unrecommend the Super Bowl last week. Like, super disappointing.
Oh, the Super Bowl was
Oh, the
fantastic.
game was better than
the
the
game,
commercials,
the game
but-
was fine, but the commercial, I'm talking unrecommend the commercials and trailers. They were just, they were super underwhelming.
Well, I think personally, a lot of the commercials problems goes back to we can't be funny because if we're funny, we hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
And I think it's, I think comedy is like, I don't think we're ever going to get, and we brought this up on the normies, like there was no really like repeatable comedy the past 2 years, really. Like you could, like, I think we even threw Bullet Train in as a comedy because the poor quality, because we can't make fun of anybody because people's feelings are going to get hurt. And I think that's also seen in the Super Bowl commercials, where it used to be, you had the Bud Light Dilly Dilly, or Great American Hero, or something like that. The Was Up or whatever. Like somebody's, you're objectifying women. You're doing this. You're doing this. So now, like, entertaining things can't be entertaining.
Yep. It's true. And I'm reminded back when a podcast, what is it called? Stuff You Should Know. They did a segment on comedy and just like how important it is in our life. And like the whole reason that like kings and emperors and all that would allow jesters to poke fun at them is because they knew that it would lessen uprising. And it would make people, get their frustrations out with laughter. And so they're least likely to do anything like violent or anything like that. And it's just like, I mean, that I feel like this is part of the reason why our country's getting a little bit more, crazy, because we can't poke fun at each other, and it just hurts people's feelings. So,
yeah, I agree. I don't think the Super Bowl commercial has been great for years.
Oh yes, almost a decade or plus.
But yeah, I agree with the unrecommend. However, I just out of curiosity, has anybody watched Argyle? Because I need to know if it's just me, how bad that is.
I'll probably see it when it comes out, but it looks good. I mean, it looks interesting. Okay. I like the director, but I mean, it's not like I'm gung ho. I got to see it like right now.
Yeah, all I'll say is, again, all it is it starts off like, what's going on? And you're like, okay, this is fun. Okay, this is weird. Okay, oh, it's fun again. Okay, I don't like this. I really don't like this.
I forgot.
I hate this.
I think I asked you. Did you watch the movie with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum?
No, I have not seen that.
Lost City.
Yeah, Lost City. Because I feel like these stories are very similar.
I've heard that. I was told I would hate that movie.
I enjoyed it. It's a fun, goofy movie. It's like miscongeniality and it's humor. So,
all right, my recommend, and I know Jeremy won't go on this, but I think Tim, I do recommend this for you. I was trying to figure out. I have this subscription to Comixology or whatever, and every so often I will just try to find out like what free stuff can what trade can I just download, and I'll just have a whole bunch of them out at a time. And I came across one that I'm like, no, I don't think I want to read Star Wars, and no, and like this, I had this like tinkle in my mind, just like no. Maybe it was a force. It's like, just download it. It's free. Just download it.
It's free.
And I read just the first comic in this trade, this probably like 300, 400 page trade. And I was pulled in by the end of the first issue cliffhanger. And so it's called Star Wars: The Old Republic Volume 1. Oh my word. It's one of those like it is drawn very like fantastic. It supposedly takes place like thousands of years before, the Phantom Menace. And so it's just like, and I'm not even sure if the Phantom Menace was even out at this time, but I'm just sitting there just like checking this out. I'm like, it could be fine. It could be fine. And as I'm going through it, I'm like, I can't wait to read this book. And then there's 4 more volumes, and they're not available on Comixology for free. And so now it's just like, oh no, I'm going to have to buy this.
Is Comixology on like Kindle, or is it?
Yeah,
something?
it got absorbed by Amazon.
Okay, I'll check it out. If it's free. I mean, free.
Yeah.
Free.
But yeah, Star Wars: The Old Republic Volume 1. Oh.
Yeah.
Huge recommend.
Oh, I'll give it a try maybe.
Okay.
All right, everybody. You have yourself a good one.